Hey everyone, welcome to GamizeGigs, a podcast series by Gamize, wherein we will talk to industry leaders and experts from various domains like product management, growth marketeers, gamification, loyalty experts, all in all, customer engagement segment on how to crack, acquire, engage, and retain mantra together. I'm Megha Saraswat. I'm a product manager at OnMobile Global, and I'm super excited to have Nayan, Digital Gamification and Engagement Manager from Banglalink, as a first guest speaker on our first ever episode of Gamification One-on-One. Hi, Nayan.
Hi, Megha. Thanks a lot for the introduction. So, yeah, great to be here.
Yeah,
Looking forward to it.
thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you once again for joining us and saying yes in the first go. Before we begin, I just wanted to give a basic idea of Gamize to our viewers. So, Gamize is a SaaS-based gamification platform which is launched by OnMobile. OnMobile is an industry expert, a gaming leader, uh, and the platform is plug-and-play gamification engagement tool, wherein any businesses from any industry segment can gamify their website, their application, their user interactions with a gamification layer like a leaderboard, a challenge, a quest, or as simple element as spin wheel to acquire, engage, and retain the users. It's very easy to use the platform, and it's very user friendly for an enterprise also how to set up the campaigns, gamification campaigns, and launch to the users. So enough of our talking. Let's start about your passion for gaming. As per I recall, you are a hardcore gamer and you like to play games a lot. So tell us, how often do you play games, and what are your favorite games?
Yeah, to answer this, let's travel way back, back when it started. So you see, my mom is a computer science teacher. So like when I was a kid, there was always a desktop, a computer lying around.
Yeah.
So before even I started talking, I knew how to work out computers, desktops.
Oh,
So just right there and then, I basically started gaming. I always like nagged my mom to start the PC for me because I couldn't even start the PC by myself, but I could play games. So that's how it started. I played a lot. There is like a very few games that I might not have played. So it started before I even went to school, and it's going on till now. So for me, gaming is some sort of an escape route. It's a massive entertainment, a recreation opportunity for me. Even now, I'm a full-time worker. I go to office. I once come back home, I still manage some time, even for 30 minutes or 1 hour, to play some games. So there are movies, there are sports, there's cricket, football. There is so many recreational or entertainment activities for so many people. Gaming is just like that. Gaming is nothing different. Gaming is just another sports, another entertainment opportunity, another entertainment scope. Just that. So yeah, I have played casual games. I have even played competitive games. I have from back when I was in school or college.
yeah.
I know there was that Clash of Clans, Clash Royale,
Yes.
those sort of trends going on. I used to even participate in those esports. I earned money also through playing games. So yeah, it was fun. Once I grew up, the amount of games that I played lessened down, but the time that I gave to games didn't. So what is that? I tried many games before. Currently, I play a lot of offline games also, like, Red Dead Redemption. I finished it a number of times. And in terms of competitive games, I used to play Valorant. Currently, I play Rocket League. And it's a great tool, great way to, bond with your friends still now. All of my friends are also working, but at least, if you want to plan a hangout with them, to go out, to go and visit some places, to eat at some restaurant, it's very hectic. You can't manage time. You can't just go out of your home and manage time for everyone. But you see, if you just, have to sit in front of your computer and open up your desktop to play some games, it's just that everyone happens to manage time for 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 1 hour. And it's about games. It's not about only playing games. You are playing games. Okay, yeah, fine. But while playing games, you are having so much fun. You are communicating with your friends. You are sharing stories with them. You are sharing your day with them, what happened, what not. Basically, it's a catch-up session. Gaming is just a way which enabling so many other things. So so yeah, I hope not to let go this passion or hobby of mine ever. There is a kid inside me
Yeah.
who envisioned playing games all of his life, and I don't want to let go of this kid. So yeah, let's just put it that way.
Yeah, I think playing games also improves a lot of self concentration in us.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yes, and you also improve your strategy. Like, okay, if you are playing games like Clash of Clans, or if you are playing PUBG, at that time you will also improve your strategic skills. So that's something that you learn from games. It's not always a bad thing to look that, okay, fine, you're playing games. And uh, I always look forward to people who like to play games, because my industry is gamification. How can I pick up from them that, okay, what is making you hooked to that particular game that you go back again and again and play them? So yeah, I totally get where you come from. I'm more of a casual gaming player. I mean, my go-to games are like Subway Surfers. If I'm in a meeting and I don't have to speak a lot, I'll just play Subway Surfer during.
Power Slump is an amazing example of gamification. You see all those coins popping up.
Yeah, exactly. And there are daily challenges that you see that, okay, you have to collect the letter of the day, you have to complete a word of the day. So that motivates me that, okay, I have to finish at least 3 challenges before I sleep. So that's my target. So that I do. In a way, I feel that playing games keeps you engaged. Plus, you learn a lot of things. So that's a win-win situation for a player and a gaming app. If you are able to bring the users back to the application, I think they have cracked the game of how to entertain and engage users for the longer duration. So, this moves to the next question. Like you have played a lot of games in your entire life, right? So you are totally, and now you are into this gamification space. So now you understand games and gamification both together. So, are games and gamification same? What is gamification exactly according to you?
I face this question even in my workplace, my family members, friends, they
Yeah.
always ask me, like, what you do actually. You make games or what?
Yeah.
Um,
So your
you know,
profile itself is like engagement and gamification manager. So that's a very interesting job role.
for sure. So, about the games, what are games really? For games, there are specific missions, challenges, there's a specific endpoint. You see, there's a specific start point, end point. You have to do something. You have to do something to earn something. You have to level up. You have to kill a dragon. You have to kill your enemy. You have to level up. You have to save someone. Or
Yeah.
there's just even you have to solve a puzzle. There's so many things that you have to do. There is a specific endpoint. It's very structured. You see, in a game, it's very structured. So you aim something, you want to accomplish it. And once you finish it, you feel fulfilled. You feel recognized.
Yeah.
And that's how games work.
Yeah.
Games are just another sports. But what is exactly gamification? Like say let me put it in this way. In games there are some game design elements, some game mechanics and game dynamics, right? So game mechanics as in the stuff that actually builds up games, the building blocks of games. For example, say points, badges, leaderboards, progress bars, the specific aspects that creates a game, that specific tools that create a game for some results that it's a game. Those are game mechanics, the game design elements.
True.
Now, when these affect your psychological prowess, when these affect your, motivates you to do something, so the behavioral aspects that you feel through game mechanics are rather game dynamics. For example, you are gaining badges, coins. These some sort of, let you feel valued in terms of a status. There is a leaderboard. When you are, going up the leaderboard, when you are leveling up, you are having this fulfillment feeling of accomplishing something, this human desire to accomplish something, right? Then there is this, there are some games which are collaborative, so when you level up, when you reach a mission, when you complete a game with your friends, you have your collaborative side of yours developed through gaming. So, all these gaming mechanics and dynamics, when put together and designed into a, game, game design point of view, in a non-gaming arena, in a non-gaming environment, then it's gamification. You can even gamify your lifestyle. You're not even essentially playing a game, but when you put into these gaming elements, this gaming mechanics and dynamics into a non-gaming environment, then you are basically gamifying whatever environment that you are putting these elements in. That's gamification.
That's a really apt definition in a very layman term about gamification. And you rightly said, we can gamify our entire life if we want to. So to give you an example, I do this with me when initially I started my gamification journey with Gamize. So when I used to read a lot about how industry is moving towards gamification and what all enterprises and the brands have adopted gamification. So I had a little experiment done on me that if I stay or if I work for longer hours, I want to reward my body with something.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. So if I extended by 1.5 hour of my daily schedule, I'll order a pastry for myself or anything that I want to eat that day. Not to, because I am a little health conscious, so I don't divulge into fast food that often. But if I have worked a lot and my body has supported me in doing that, I would like to reward the body. So this way, there was this initially when you stay for a longer duration in office, or if it's a deadline that you have to work, there is a negative connotation in our mind that it's 9 o'clock in the evening, now you have to go back, you can't do more work. But since the time I have installed this reward mechanism in my mind, my mind has totally coped up and there are no negative thoughts about it. I have started enjoying my work more than, cursing every now and then what has happened to me. So I feel if you understand the gamification, you don't always need a digital version of it. You can always gamify it offline. To give a best example, I think during World Cup, our Indian cricket team is gamifying by giving medals to the fielders. That is not sponsored by ICC. It is totally BCCI driven. That if you do...
I didn't know that. That's great.
Yeah. So if you do good fielding in that particular match, they have a proper ceremony after the match. Even it doesn't matter if India wins or lose. If the person has done given 100% during field, fielding time of India, they will get a medal for it. So that's a really good gamification technique that Indian team is using. So that's how I think the reward mechanism or gamification works in life. So it motivates basically the user to perform better the next time. So I totally understand. We both are really into gamification games. I wanted more on how did you develop an interest towards gamification, right? You were into gaming and now you are a digital or an engagement digital gamification expert for Banglalink. So what made you that inclination?
I was into gaming. That's right. Even I started, when I started in Banglalink, I worked in different projects, but eventually I landed on the gaming team as well. I worked in the gaming team in Banglalink for almost more than half a year, 8 months maybe. So I worked in gaming, full on dedicated. So now then suddenly we came up with this strategy. Like we obviously worked on this a lot, but finally we decided that we have to create a super app, a super telco app, right? So in Bangladesh, there were apps claiming the super, but what a super app really is, to give you a native experience of all the digital services in one app only. It's not a redirecting platform only. There are super apps claiming where you can click on a service and you just get redirected to some other service on a web page or on another app maybe. Super app, when we came up with this decision, our app should be a super app, then we created a model, you see. we created a model, uh, 6C model, we say. So if I have to break it down, it's connect, content, commerce, community, care, and courses.
Yeah.
So, you name any digital service in the digital industry, we can put that digital service or industry into one of these C's. We call them C. Each vertical is known as C to us. So Connect is essentially the telco site. Content caters to the entertainment sites, games itself, music, videos, basically the content curation. Commerce is, shopping, paying bills and stuff. Here is the health tech. Course is the ed tech. Now, there was still a missing block, a missing piece. So we were discussing, the whole team. I was discussing with my line manager. There are people who are coming in. There will be different groups of target customers who will be hooked to different digital services. Now, some people would be coming to the app only to listen to music. Some people would come to the app only to play some games. What if there was one nucleus for all these engagements? What can that be? How can we engage all sorts of customers for whatever that they like? They might have their own choices and ambitions, but whatever that they like, how can we make a universal hook that can be used by everyone, that can be used to engage everyone? Then we basically came up that, we have to gamify everyone. Okay, it's just said that. So how can we gamify everyone? Then we basically created our 6C. So it was 5C earlier. We came up with our 6th number C, which is community. Community will be basically dealing with all the people, all the users of our app. As we are also going operator agnostic, we are not only catering to Banglalink users right now.
Yeah.
So as we are going big, there has to be a universal hook to engage all the users. And for community, that hook would be points. Our reward system would be points. So, for gamification, there has to be a fixed currency system in place, a fixed reward system in place. Obviously, we can give out GBs, vouchers, for sure. But if there were also a currency that was convertible to any other aspect, that's deal breakers. That's the final catch. So now, based on that idea, based on that vision, we are taking baby steps. We are going there eventually. Our community launch has already been done. We have done already a few things. Soon, finally, we will be launching our coin systems also, along with some gamifications. So before that, we used some telco products and vouchers to gamify our users. But we have a big plan. We have already set the plan, but there are many technological challenges because we are the pioneer in our country to create these solutions. So we will make do with what we have. We will create solutions and services. We will learn along the way, and hopefully, we will create something that the whole world can follow. So that's how I came into gamification.
I was going back to our initial conversation when we started, right? There were 5 C's, and then Banglalink wanted to introduce the engagement layer on all 5 C's. That's how gamification came into picture, right? So that was a very big and bold step, if you see, that was taken, and a big initiative by Banglalink, that okay, we will be building a super app, and it doesn't happen. Even that thought doesn't happen overnight. There's a lot of background work and research, goes there. That okay, if we want to go into this industry, so that's a different ball game for Banglalink as well. Getting into courses, getting into content, getting into care, kind of a vertical. So that was a really big step last year that the guys have taken. In extension to this particular question of how this community is playing a bigger role in bringing all C's together for Banglalink, I wanted to understand what is the importance, or how effective do you see that gamification's role in acquiring, engaging, and retaining the existing users?
Gamification plays a big role. Gamification is the main to these 3 things that you're talking about: acquisition, engagement, retention. are essentially the main three pillars of any customer life cycle, right? You have to acquire
Very true.
customers,
Very true.
you have to engage them, and you have to finally retain them. Gamification just does that. So how does gamification come into all this? Let me give you some, examples based on my experience, based on what others are doing. So you see everywhere in any app that you use right now, or any service, not even a digital service, any service, any product that you use right now, you see right now, like most of the products has some sort of an acquisition strategy through referral program. You incentivize your customers. You tell them, like, you refer this product to your friends and family. Is that enough? And for 10 referrals, you get this. For 20 referrals, you get this. You are setting a target for them. You are setting up a progress strategy for them. You are eventually rewarding them. Along the way, you are acquiring some customers who are coming into your app. But, your job is not done yet. Oh, yeah, no, you have you have acquired customers, all right, very good. But now you have to engage them and eventually retain them. So now here, your product has to be very good, obviously. Yeah, your product has to fulfill the needs of your customers, for sure. That's a no-brainer. But what can you do more than that? What can you do to add more value and actually differentiate your product from your competitors? So now comes the engagement part. So your consumer is using your product once or twice. Okay, what can you do? How can you bring back your customers into your solutions again and again? So here you see, let me give my example, right? I use Foodpanda in Bangladesh to, order food, order like different delivery services. I take from this. So eventually I just, ordered whatever I wish to when my friends came over or when I craved something. I used to order from Foodpanda. Yep. They do gamification really well. Oh my God. They have very contextual missions in place. Their PNs are very contextualized. They know exactly what they want. They promote the restaurants that I order frequently.
Okay.
And then suddenly I saw they were promoting a subscription to me, and I don't need to spend additional money. Why would I do that? I saw their offer. I saw that, if I have this subscription, I would be having 15 orders per month free. I'm already doing so many orders. I am doing 10, 12 orders maybe per month, right? I can do 15 orders for free. Okay, yeah, let's do it experimentally. And I spent a considerable amount of money. I obviously did analysis that, yeah, it's a better financial trade-off for me, no worries. And now you see, I used to order 10, 12 times previously. Now just to meet the benchmark of that 15 free deliveries, I now order at least 15 times, even more than 15 times some months. And I am being like habituated to this, ordering food, and my ARPU is getting increased. The average revenue that I given to the company has increased a lot by this verification. So yeah, you see, when Uber came, even in Bangladesh, previously, they gave a rapid, hard, heavy discount on every rides that we made. If you made 5 rides, 10 rides, you get additional discounts. No, I even went to one place from Dhaka to another place by only 20 Dhaka. So that's very less. And we weren't used to the Uber's, thought process, the Uber strategy yet that we didn't know ride could be shared. That was very new. I was talking about, back in at least 10, 12 years ago from now.
Yeah.
So we were introduced to the concept. We started using it because, the app was very, very gamified. And now everyone, at least those who use Uber, are, attached to it, used to it. They start the app. So gamification increases your stickiness by a lot, a big margin.
Yeah.
So yeah, we have engaged our users. We know how they get engaged and how to retain them. That's the last, pillar of the customer life cycle, how to retain them.
Yeah.
So see, when you introduce your currency, for example, when you have a specific reward system and customers are seeing that if they are using the app, if they continue to use the app, they are always accumulating some rewards, some points. And, they have to stick to the app to finally have sufficient amount of coins or points to be able to avail something afterwards. And that's how you retain your users along the way also. Like, users are sticking to the app so that they don't lose their coins or whatever they have earned inside the app, or, whatever parts. This can be anything really. So, and that's how they retain, just to see what's next, just to explore, just because.
Yeah, that's really true. And I think with this, you also brought up about user stickiness and, driving the user behavior, how gamification can help introducing a new feature or introducing something really new in the application. So apart from, acquiring, engaging and retention, maybe making user habituated to one of the feature falls under engagement. But again, it's a very important part how we can use gamification and nudging the user what we want them to do. Just like in your example with Food Panda wanted to subscribe you to that particular subscription service. Initially, you would have analyzed the pros and cons and the trade-offs, but eventually you gave in because you were happy with the service. Like you said, it's very true. The core product has to be really good. Alone gamification can't do much if the user is not at all satisfied with the core product itself. So you are satisfied with the core product. They brought in a very subtle way of gamifying and nudging you to go towards a subscription service. And now here you are, using Food Panda at least 15 times in a month to order the food to get the benefit. So I feel every day whenever I come across certain use cases and case studies, gamification as a concept surprises me a little more. That okay, this is something that we can do, and this is something. Oh, I didn't think of doing this. So I think nobody has totally cracked how you can gamify everything every day. It's, at least for me, it's a new learning. Even though I'm in this space for last 2 years, but I think it's still a new learning for me every day. So this also brings me to any case study or, any gamification application apart from Food Panda, like we spoke about, that has, interest you, or you think that, okay, this is worth sharing, that, okay, this is a gamification, or if you have implemented something in your application and you feel that, okay, this is something that apart from normal gamification use case, this is also the way that we can use gamification.
So far in my experience, from all the apps or services that I have used, I would like to mention two specific products, two specific apps that was really amazing to me. And I could see all the gamification, drivers applied to each of those apps. One is Duolingo, and the other one is Clash Royale. So Clash Royale itself is a game, but obviously, gamification can be found the most in games for sure.
True.
But Clash Royale is the only game that has stuck to me till now. It is the oldest game that I've been still playing because, as a gamer, I have very little attention span. I cannot keep on playing a game for a long term. Clash Royale, I've been playing for more than 10 years easily. Yeah, more than that, 12, 13 years. I mean, since inception. So when Clash Royale came, I just installed it just from my behavior. I have to install new products, new apps, and try it out. And the gamification there really stays to me. So if I have to, touch base upon what were the gamification types, what they used, including Duolingo, I came across this research done by someone named Yukicho, from America. Yeah. Right. So he had this full gamification framework build up. So I came across this article initially this year when when he finally said that we are getting going into gamification and stuff. So I did some preliminary research. So I came into this framework known as Octalysis, if I'm not incorrect.
Yeah.
There are some eight pillars or 8 drivers that he said gamification tries to achieve. So all those 8 drivers, I think, is being achieved by Duolingo and also Clash Royale. So the primary driver or the first pillar of this Octalysis was epic meaning or calling. Like, if you epic meaning or calling is like, we also do it everywhere, try to do it in every telco I have seen. Like, we use contextual experience. Now, we like use words or messages that's being liked by everyone. We try to make them valued. We try to, like, if they start not using the app, we make them valued and we say, we miss you, come back, stuff like that.
Yeah.
No, whatever the people want to hear. And when the user feel great about it, they would want to try it out again. So it's basically, calling them, giving them a sense of calling, placing contextualist messages to bring in them to, bring back churn users at times. So then there is this second driver, development and architecture was probably. So here you see, what's development? What do we do here? Basically, you have to allow your users here to give them a sense of feeling that they are getting closer to something.
Yeah.
Closer to what? There comes, setting up progress bars, setting up targets. You are just this near to achieve this milestone. For Uber drivers, you like give them targets of like, if you just complete 2-3 rides more, you will gain this much money. So, if you give them the sense of accomplishment that you are this near, this, you have to do all these tasks to achieve this final milestone, you will get this much reward. So always giving them some accomplishment feeling, always giving them the nature that they are getting near to a goal, that helps them. Then we have the power of empowerment and feedback. So whenever gamifying users, you see, you have to, like, whatever you are doing in the app or in any solution, you have to instantly show them what they have got. They have won some coins. Okay, you have to like do a burst of coins. You have to show them that you have got some coins, and those coins are adding to your wallet. So you have to animate those feelings. You have to like instantly give feedback of what the users did. Yeah, the users might also fail in achieving something along the way. For example, in Duolingo, I use Duolingo when I learned French back in my university. So I downloaded Duolingo then. It was not very days now. So even when you failed to do some quizzes, Duolingo won't disappoint you. Like, they won't tell that, oh, you failed. Okay, done. Customer journey ends. No. Yeah, obviously, your answer was wrong, but you can do better if you just try out this subscription. So they are basically upselling their product. Mm-hmm. So just like that, you can, that's the third driver. The fourth driver was ownership. Something related to ownership and possession. So there comes, what you were achieving in the app or solution. So I was talking about, having some coins and being retained to be able to use them later afterwards. In any game, you see, there are so many things that you can buy in-game elements or in-app elements. You can buy different, customizations to your profile, like, some profile borders, or maybe some clothing for your character, or maybe some, just some currencies or coins that have a monetary value when you burn them. So when you accumulated some of them, you have a kind of ownership on them. Like, you won't really want to lose them, right? You would want to eventually use them or, boast them to your friends and family. Like, I have got these bags, what you have got. So that ownership pillar is also drove through gamification. Then comes social influence. You see, social influence is basically seen everywhere in Facebook, in any social media, for sure it's seen. In any game, you do a score, you beat something, there's always a share button. Everybody can see it right now. Just share it with your friends, share it on WhatsApp, share it on Facebook. Why would I share it? I want to let them know that, see, I have done this. Do you want to join me? And like, through those apps are also acquiring customers, are helping the users to get recognized. They are boosting themselves. So gamification is basically, tapping into this human desires, this human psychology to get recognized. It's it's a science of psychology. And there are so many things yet which is not ventured upon. A lot of areas which is unexplored, and a lot of research is yet to be done on gamification. So we are just starting on it. We have just started to like scratch surface of what gamification is usually about. Then there are also other drivers like unpredictability. Like you don't know what you'll get. Spin wheel is a very good example for this. Scratch cards. You scratch a card, you spin a wheel. You don't know what to expect. You look forward to it. You want to get some surprise. And everyone loves to get a surprise. So and you keep on spinning a wheel, sometimes anticipating to hit a jackpot. So this unpredictability and curiosity is another driving factor for gamification. Then there is this last pillar, which is called loss and avoidance. So Snapchat does it really well. Oh my God, my little cousins, my little sisters, they keep on using Snapchat. I think many of my friends also use it right now, still using it. Do you use it though?
I used to use it during college
So
days.
so you should obviously know that to maintain streaks.
Streak,
You
exactly.
cannot lose streaks. Why won't you? But you obviously sure you should. You can lose it. Do it once. No. Yeah, I can't lose my streak. I have to do my streak with my friends. Let me just snap them real quick.
So,
I have a 100, 200 streak going on. So what's up with this? No, I can't lose it. So this sense of losing and avoidance. So you don't want to lose your streaks. You don't want to lose your points. You don't want to lose whatever you have accumulated. Is another driving factor of gamification. So this man has really cracked it. His UK show, and you can see it in the gamification framework and in the gamification strategy. You can see all these driving factors, pillars coming into place all together, put together. So yeah.
So I think I maintain a Snapchat streak for like entire year with my friends. So if we don't have anything worth sharing, most of the times, I mean, every day you not have a black picture or a picture of a sky, but we have to maintain that streak. So for us, we wanted to see how long this streak will go.
You didn't even get paid. You didn't get anything.
No reward. There is no reward. Generally, people say that gamification works best if you reward a user for a certain activity. But here, it was the element of social recognition, right? You are maintaining a streak, so your friends and others can also see where all you are. It's a 200 day that you are sharing the streak. So that requires a lot of dedication to remember each day waking up and you have to send a photo to your friend. But yeah, Snapchat cracked that daily streak concept very well.
Yes.
So yeah, you explained that Octalysis framework very good. I mean, indeed, I have read it at least 3 to 4 times, but all of the time, the articles, I didn't complete it because it was too much to read. But now,
Hopefully it helps.
I actually read what he wrote, so I knew what the drivers were. But I wanted to see how others are interpreting his, research. But you nailed it. You nailed that part. So that's really good coming from you, Nahian. So, you get exposed to different activities because you play a game a lot, and apart from that, you are also, very curious to know what application is running which kind of activity. So for you, what activity or a gamification element clicks a lot, or what do you think is your favorite gamification activity to do?
In any game that I've played, most of the games always had some sort of spin wheel. You will spin a wheel and you have to look forward to on what quadrant your pointer drops it, and you look forward to hit on that jackpot. So these anticipation to hit the jackpot and coming into the app every now and then just to do the spin wheel. And for every wheel spin, I'm getting some sort of things or some little that bits. No worries. But this anticipation that I will get that jackpot. Oh, here comes the other driver I might have missed, scarcity. So the willingness to have something that you might not be able to have quite easily, So that spin wheel solves a lot of problem altogether itself. You come back to the app again and again to spin the wheel. You look forward to get something which you might not have quite easily. You look forward to that jackpot. Once you get the jackpot, you might share with your friends, look what I got in the spin wheel. Spin wheel, essentially, if I try to start to explain, actually, goes hand in hand with all the 8 drivers in the Octalysis. So even when we did spin wheel in our app, we were doing spin wheel in my wheel app. You can use it in so many unique ways, you see. Not just there will be some quadrants and you would be falling in all of those quadrants. It can be just one thing, but you can spin the wheel. This feeling, these muscle memories inbuilt to everyone. Everyone knows if they see a spin wheel, if even a restaurant, if you see a spin wheel and get some discount, everyone knows what to do instantly. You don't have to teach them that you have to spin the wheel.
Yeah.
And whatever button that you land on, you will get this price. You don't have to teach anyone that. Everyone knows how spin wheel works. And everyone knows what to expect. So, it's a fairly low effort thing. And if you're able to, customize the quadrants, you can convert your spin wheel into so many other things as well. You can convert it into a field and put on runs on each of these quadrants to do, and you can make it a cricket game.
Yeah.
You can promote one of your products here, and you can program it in such a way that every user would be landing on that product, and you would be acquiring users from one product to another. We did that also. We did that for one of our products. We promoted that in MyBL app, and people from MyBL app installed that other product, which is Beep. And we had a massive response, thousands of users installed every day. So spin wheel, if done correctly, if put in correctly, is a very, very good gamification, I would say. And even I am not still bored of it. I'm playing games since forever. And whenever I see a spin wheel, if I see I can spin it right now. Spins are not limited, by the way. Never, ever, in any spin wheel, spins are unlimited. There is always a limited number of spins, so that you have that looking forward to factor working in. So even whenever I see there's some spins left, I would for sure spin to check what I get. So this is the best template that I think for gamification. Till now.
I totally agree with you when you talk about spin wheel, and especially that you don't have to teach people that what you have to do. That everybody knows that, okay, there is a spin button, or if there is no button, then you have to at least give a try on the wheel itself if it rotates or not. So that's a very easy, simple, and a very first activity that any enterprise can adopt to, any application can adopt to. Yeah, so that's a really bang on point that you mentioned, that people are aware of it. You don't have to teach them what to do. So I think that's what an application wants the user to do. They don't want them to put their brains behind a small gamification activity. Okay, what next? I should do it. It's totally on this explanatory. So we come to the last question of our episode. So tell us the 3 points on why one should adopt a gamification strategy, or a gamification engagement layer on their application or a website. What are key takeaways from your last 1.5 to 2 years journey with gamification?
Oh, we just explained the 3 pillars that are mentioned about, the 3 customer lifecycle pillars. So exactly the 3 things why you should adopt gamification: acquiring customers, engaging them, and retaining them. Gamification can be that final puzzle piece to help you to do just that. So, these three pillars. Only for these 3 things, if you just try out gamification, you can see what magic it can do if done properly. Gamification is not a $50 solution. You cannot just enforce gamification everywhere. Don't do that. But if you know the product yourself, if you know what your customers want, if you know the full framework, if you understand your customer psychology, you can do the perfect gamification for that product only to fulfill all these 3 pillars for customer lifecycle: acquiring customers, engaging them, and retaining them. That's where gamification comes in.
That's really true. Like you rightly said, you have to first understand the product, what the product is offering to the users. Secondly, if your users are actually interested in gamification, I mean, you have to understand the users first. That if it's a B2C product, what kind of users you are catering to. If it's a merchant based, what kind of gamification activity can excite a merchant to do more transaction or an application. If it's totally a B2C, then you have to understand different user personas, who is going to interact with what. So you rightly mentioned, gamification is the final puzzle piece, but for that piece to fit in, you have to understand the product and the users of that particular product. You cannot just enforce gamification and they say, gamification is not working. And it will work if you understand the right product, your users, and what kind of activity will motivate them to, use the product.
Yeah.
So this was a really bang-on, short, sweet explanation why I wanted to adopt gamification. It's really great. Thank you so much, Nayan. This was a very insightful session. I had a lot of things to learn from you. I mean, we constantly interact with each other. Like I always say to everyone, I am more of a listener when it comes to gamification than being an expert, because I want to know the perception of users. So this helps me in understanding the users. For me, you are also a user. If I talk to somebody else, is also a user for me. So what taps on your psychology and how you will interact with an application and how I can bring in gamification element to it. That's how I learn, and that's how I go about with the work.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, so this was a wonderful chat on gamification 101. And I hope our audience liked it too. And there are a lot of takeaways from our conversation. Nayan shared a lot of light on different applications that he uses. And if you use it in future once again, then I hope you also understand that gamification element to it. With this, we arrive at the end of our first episode, but there's a lot more in the store for you. We'll be back soon with a new episode of GamizeGigs. So do follow Gamize and share the episode if you like it. In terms of any doubts or queries about gamification, you can contact us on the links mentioned below. We'll see you in the next episode. Thank you so much.
Bye.